Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, along with my co host, Waleed.
What's up, Brian?
We are here to cover the season premiere of The Real Love Boat. Not the fake one, the real one. This show was sandwiched in between Survivor and The Amazing Race on Wednesday nights. I definitely are doing that to pull that Survivor audience to stay and get some viewers. I'm intrigued to see how the schedule will change as the weeks go on because I just don't know what to do with the show yet, and I would like to know what you think of it right off the bat. Just like quick opinions.
Honestly, I'm intrigued by it so far. I mean, the
Mhm.
premise of it, because it has a similar premise, and the way it's set up, kind of like Bachelor in Paradise a little bit. Uh,
Mhm.
but it also has like a few minute differences that also leave you like intrigued, like, okay, where can they go with this? Like instead of like rose ceremonies, they have like sail away ceremonies. So like if one of the people gets kicked out, doesn't get chosen by any of the people on the boat, they get left off the boat at like whatever docking point they're on, which is pretty cool. I thought that was like
Yeah, it
interesting.
was clever.
It's clever thing to do. But yeah, it's probably going to get more interesting. Just judging by the previews and everything, it seems like they're including different things also into the show.
Yeah,
Not just making it just like a romance show, but also making it like challenges and things
yeah,
incorporate that into it. So that's going to be pretty cool.
yeah. I think just this first episode had a lot going on to really get a gauge of what the show will be like, and I agree with you. I am intrigued. I'm gonna keep watching it as long as it's on TV. Because this is again these new shows like we don't know how long they're like the shelf
As,
life is
as
like.
long as long as it's sandwiched in between
Yeah,
Survivor,
right, right. I
like,
mean, if it comes
I
on,
would
if
play
it
as
switches
well.
time
What?
slots, I'll watch it. Um, okay. It's hosted by Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca. I think her name's Ramin, and she's married. Rebecca, she's married to Jerry.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think the host like Jerry's a little much. I think sometimes like he's definitely trying to be that comedic relief.
Yeah.
We again like we don't really. They're just kind of like narrating at this point. I do love that we know the names of like the deckhands. So Paulo is the captain,
Yeah.
Ezra is the bartender, and Matt is the cruise director.
Yeah.
I just like there was just a couple things like that we do where he talks over the Matt talks over the loudspeaker and it's like do 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 like hello, it's Matt the cruise director. I was like I'm getting like flashbacks of these when you're on a boat. So it's cool, and we talked pre-show that there's normal people on this boat just living their life. So I'd like to know like what is the interaction like? Can like what if the singles want to talk to somebody that's on the boat?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how that works. Like, I mean, do they like separate them from like the average like citizen? Like they're
Yeah,
just on different sides, or I don't know. Like, and even like knowing the deckhands, like the bartender and the captain and all of them, like, is this supposed to like help improve the success rate of what these couples could potentially be? Like, I don't know,
right.
them getting personable and actually giving their 2 cents on what they think and who they should go after and all that. And I'm like, this is a they're trying to make it a more personable experience, I think, for the contestants too, a
Mm.
little, which seems like it's cool for them probably, but as a viewer, they can be a little cheesy sometimes. Like,
Oh, 100%. Yeah, very
oh,
cheesy.
it's just like,
Very,
it
very
almost
cheesy.
doesn't feel genuine. It almost feels like robotic, like with these
Yeah,
people.
it
So
does. And I mean, that's the thing about being on cruises is you like get into a routine and you like get to know the bartenders, you get to know the person who's taking care of your table. So uh, I understand that they obviously can't have these people mingle with the common folk on the boat, but I'm just curious to like how like when they had this icebreaker challenge, which we'll talk about in a little bit, can you as a normal person on this boat just go check that out at 9:30 a.m. or whatever time, just sit there and listen? Like, is it completely closed off, or like can you be like a viewer on these points of the show? Like that's something like if we ever had a guest on from it, I'd like to know like
I
the in and
would I
outs of.
would really like to know too. I mean, it's a large ass boat, so like if they just like closed off like one section just for them,
Yeah, but
socialite, or like maybe they just kept it open. I have no
yeah,
idea.
it's just something that I'm
It's
curious
hard to
about.
tell.
Yeah, we'll definitely like dissect it. I'm sure someone read our article that we can read up on. But
Yeah, probably.
all right, so they leave from Barcelona. I have the cast list here. And I kind of liked the intro where they just kind of run through all the people. Like it's the people that were they ran through. Like two of them, I didn't even catch it yet, but two of them were the new guys. So it's not like I wonder
Yeah.
if every week we'll see the new girls on that list like super
Yeah.
quickly.
Mhm.
I'll run through I wrote as many of their occupations as ages down as I could that I got from like confessionals and things like that, but I'll do my best. So for the men, we have Jordan. He's 26. He's a firefighter.
Yeah.
Michael, 35, an account manager. Nathan is a baseball player. I didn't catch his age.
Mhm.
Daniel was a youth basketball coach. He was 26. Forrest is 30 years old. I didn't catch what he did.
Yeah,
Uh,
he wasn't there long enough anyway.
no, right. Marty was 33. He's an account director from North Carolina. Brett is a 37-year-old footwear designer. And for the women, we have Shay Lynn. She was 29, sports radio host, which I thought was pretty cool. Emily, 24, nurse. She's like a delivery nurse from Wisconsin, and she's a virgin.
I
So
liked her a lot.
yeah, she was nice.
I liked her a lot.
Um, Nicole, 28, she's an entrepreneur. Brooke, 35, food and beverage rep. And Alyssa is a landscape designer, and I think she was 24. I think I
She was also 24,
She
yeah.
was 24. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was 24 or 29, but yeah, I mean, a pretty good cast, like varying age groups. I didn't think they would like go that old. Like 37 is pretty old
Yeah. I
for
know.
like, yeah, I mean, between her and between Alyssa and Brett, that's 13-year difference. That's pretty big.
Huge.
Mhm. So we kind of like this is I got all this off of the intro, but then they have like they introduce everybody and we have an icebreaker. And I didn't think for the icebreaker, I didn't think this was like as revealing as a lot of people wanted to be. Like half the people danced, so like that's not really telling anything about yourself. Is there
Yeah.
anything that if you remember, like that caught your attention on this segment?
I mean, Alyssa was the one who
Yeah,
won
she did
the.
the sexy Pilates.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just like, the guys get ended up giving that to
Yeah, I
her.
mean, they're like, who vote for whoever you want. It's like all the dudes are gonna vote for Alyssa.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it was interesting, but I mean, with some of them, you really, if they're all just going to dance and not talk about them, it's like you don't really know too much about them until they actually interact with these girls. So
right.
with these guys. So,
A few of the highlights from that is Michael tells everyone that he was used to be a shitty boyfriend. That was an interesting an interesting tactic there.
yeah,
Brooke said she was a dolphin whisperer, which was interesting as well. Brett sang some country music, and I think everyone else pretty much danced. Emily just kind of told about herself, which I think was good. Like she didn't win, but she was like, "Hey, I do this. This is like my occupation. Blah blah blah." Like that's kind of what you're. I guess if you're trying to find, like, she's obviously trying to find love. Like if
well, yeah,
anybody's looking for love on the show, it's Emily.
yeah. 100%. I agree. And that's the thing, though. It's like, these are all beautiful girls. And it's like she went about it the smart way, I thought, because it's like they're all beautiful girls. They obviously notice your looks first. The guys know you're all beautiful. So, like, tell a little bit about yourself and show who what your character is like, because
Mm.
that's when guys separate, the girls that are just like that they wouldn't really take seriously, as opposed to like the girls that, they would actually consider, forming a relationship and a bond with. So it's like, you know,
As they all vote for Alyssa.
yeah, I know. Usually, I know. That's the funny part about it too. But it's like, I guess it just made an impression too. But I don't
Mm. So if you won this challenge, you were deemed the catch of the day. So Alyssa became the catch of the day, and she had, I think, till the end of the day to decide who she was going to take on the captain's dinner, which we'll get to, which was very interesting.
know.
um, okay. I have you ever did you watch this show or movie? I don't even remember. Was it a movie or a show? The Love Boat, whatever it was. Was it a
No,
show?
never
Whatever, it
seen.
doesn't even matter. This dude, I think his name was Ted Lance. He like was a bartender on the movie or show. He was a bartender in here, and he gives some like Waleed said, some corny advice. So we're probably gonna get that a lot as we go through the show of people maybe popping up from cameos and saying like, "Oh, make sure you listen to the person you're talking to, and make sure you blah blah blah." And it's just like, I mean, no shit. If you're trying to get to know someone, if you're interested in the person, you're gonna listen to what they have to say. That's just my opinion. Um, so we meet two men, and that would be Forrest and Nathan. Alyssa, I thought for a little bit was gonna pick Nathan. Like she kind of like was like blown away when he walked in the room. But she ends up picking Michael, and I was a little surprised by that. What were you?
I was a little bit, I guess she kind of wanted to know like what he was a little bit about. Like,
Hmm.
did mention like he went to therapy to like work on
Yeah.
himself, become a better person. So that could leave, I guess, maybe one or a couple of the girls maybe intrigued just to see what he's like.
Hmm.
And the date didn't seem like it went that bad.
That's what I was saying. I thought it actually went okay. Like they had some
Yeah, that's
common
why
ground, some
I felt like
interests.
her later on in the episode, I felt like her interaction with Nathan was a little bit more awkward, but then the result and what she ends up deciding to do
Yeah.
otherwise. And I'm like, okay, so I mean, some of these girls just like, do they even really know what they want? And honestly, yeah, the guys picked Alyssa. I mean, they picked Alyssa after the first impression thing, but we don't know actually if all of them voted for Alyssa. Maybe it was like two of the five guys, and she got the majority vote.
Yeah, we
We
don't
don't,
know.
we
We don't
don't
know.
know. It's only five guys, so like
Well, I think you can also vote for girls. Like it was like guys and girls voted for whoever they wanted. So
yes, yeah.
that's what made me think that all the guys picked Alyssa because I don't think the girls would have picked a girl, honestly.
We'll never really know. Maybe some of the girls would have picked her. I
Yeah,
don't
maybe he did. Yeah, we don't know.
know.
So when they bonded on the date, the Captain Paulo is there, like quizzing them, and it's just like I want to. If I was
Yeah,
them, I'd be like, I want to eat in peace and get to know this person. I don't need like a third party, like a stenographer, like
yeah,
writing down everything that I do.
yeah.
But then the other singles, they're mingling, learning about each other. There's a couple like connections. Like Daniel is there's two girls into Daniel. That's Shaylin and Nicole. Nicole also said she said she was a bodybuilder. I forgot to mention that in
Yeah.
Icebreaker. I thought that was like again a unique something about her. And so they're into Nathan. I would say that Nathan's probably the hot commodity, right? Because the most people like him out of the five.
Nathan.
He
I
was
don't
the
think
he was the
so.
the basketball coach.
Oh no, that wasn't Nathan. No, the basketball coach
Oh, well, you're
was
right, Daniel. I'm sorry, Daniel.
Daniel. Daniel's the hot commodity. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he's
what I meant. I meant Daniel.
so he has that in common with Shay Lynn.
Yep.
But yeah, Nathan, I mean, yeah, he's an attractive looking guy. He's big, muscular, whatever. But like, I didn't think many of the girls were that into him either, except for like one of them.
Yeah,
But
yeah, except Alyssa.
yeah,
So here's what we were just talking about the show. Like they're just kind of like we were just bombarded with information.
yeah,
So we kind of they have the captain's date, they have their little dates, the people who didn't make it, and then they just kind of go right into the sail away. What was it called? This
let's say the sail away ceremony or the is it the sail away ceremony? Yeah, sail away
I think
ceremony.
you said right, sail away ceremony. So the sail away ceremony. Alyssa gets the first round pick because she won that challenge. I'm assuming that's probably going to be something that's going to carry over every week.
Yeah,
Which I actually like because like it came up in this selection is like you want to be picking first because if you're in two people are in the same person, you want to match up with that person. We
yeah,
don't know like what is like going to happen overnight. Like, do they stay together? Like, we just don't know like what's going to happen. Or like picking this person is it just to survive, or is it like, do you guys have a dinner? Like, we just don't know because we don't know anything about the show.
yeah, no,
I do like how they kind of just pick out of the bingo wheel because that's like a big thing on cruises playing bingo.
no.
So Alyssa gets first round pick. She picks Nathan. Emily is next. She picks Marty, which I think they have a pretty good connection.
Yeah, they're one of the more solid ones for
Yeah, they
sure.
see they also kiss by the way on the mingling.
Mhm.
So I would say they're probably, in my opinion, the strongest couple.
I would say so. Yeah, she had her eye on him from the start
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm. Shaylin picks Daniel, so she got her ball was chosen first, so she got to pick Daniel. Brooke picks Brett, and then Nicole picks Jordan, which I was kind of surprised. I mean, she didn't really have any options. I thought she was kind of talking shit on Jordan that he's like a player, but
Yeah, which I mean, she doesn't really know too much about him yet. I mean, so maybe she just picked him just to see.
yeah, he has
Which
tattoos. She likes tattoos, she said.
yeah,
So,
she mentioned that. Yeah, I
but
mean,
yeah, he wanted Daniel, but I mean,
he was raised by a single mom, so like
yep.
maybe he's like giving him like a small chance, but I'm not liking his chances so far. So
No, he'll be. Well, I mean, he's around. He's going to be around next week because the guys
yeah,
have
and
the.
they're gonna bring in more girls, and
Yep.
maybe he has a chance. So
Yeah.
so far.
I was kind of hoping Forrest would stick around because he's the only my brother-in-law's name's Forrest, so I was hoping that I'd never seen anybody named Forrest besides him, so I was like kind of rooting for that guy.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, it just ends on the thing. There was like a preview for the season, but I mean, like I don't know what I'm watching, like what it even means.
yeah,
So
mhm,
we're gonna be here
yeah,
next week covering the show.
yeah.
If you found this, let us know what your thoughts are, like what couples you're interested in, is like your thoughts on what the show's gonna be like. Like we're because we're in the dark just like you. So we were just
One last thing I was gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah. What's up?
When they drop them off on the after the sail away ceremony, when they just drop them off the boat and they're just standing there watching the boat sail away.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? If I was those two guys, I wouldn't even go home. I would just wherever they dropped them off in Europe, I would just go and
Oh
party.
yeah, I'm sure they would. You gotta
Just
party.
go enjoy yourselves at that point.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but let us know what you think of the show. Leave some comments, talk about anything. We are very interested. This could be our new claim to fame for the fall. So we're hoping for that.
yeah.
But for myself and Waleed, thanks for watching, everybody. See you.